Hey, what's up, guys? You are watching the Married to Angie vlog. My name is Dan, and I am out on my morning walk again. It is a beautiful 65 degrees out here. It feels great. I'm enjoying this morning coolness while it lasts because it has been extremely hot in my area. In fact, we just got back from a mini vacation to the beach where it was in the 60s for the most part the entire day, and just coming back to the heat was a big change for me. And yeah, wishing I was back at the beach, but that's all right. And I'm just on my morning walk this morning, just enjoying the beauty and just taking some time to just think and meditate and be still. And you know, that's the word that's really coming to me this morning. Be still. And you know, I have a picture frame in my house that my mother drew. She drew it's a picture of her hands, and you know, formed into the branches of a tree and a bench there. And I walk by it several times during my day, and it just says, be still. And you know, those words come from ancient scripture that say, be still and know that I am God. And that's a constant reminder for me. Just relax, just chill. God's got it. It's okay. You don't have to have it figured out. You know, just take time to be still, to stop in the moment. And you know, quite honestly, I think that's something that is lacking in many of our lives. I know it was lacking in my life for so many years. You know, I've been notorious. You know, my family they tease me because there is something that I used to say as a kid. You know, just growing up as a young kid, I used to, when my mom would call me into the house, you know, or it was time to do chores or something, I would often say, you know, I'm wasting my life. I got to be outside playing. I got to be busy. I got to be doing something. I'm wasting my life. And it was this constant need to be busy, to take advantage of time in the day. And you know, that habit continued on to my adult years, to where, you know, I always had to be doing something. I always had to be reading something. I always had to be feeling like I was productive during the day. And that's great. You know, that's great. I appreciate that trait that I brought into my, you know, adulthood. But, you know, it wasn't until 3 years ago when I had an anxiety attack that you know, ended me up in the emergency room. It wasn't until that time that I realized, okay, there's something that's out of balance. You know, now I am wasting my life. Now there is something that's, you know, not healthy here. And I just want to, you know, talk about the importance of taking time for yourself. You know, I can sit here and tell you the importance of, you know, developing yourself and, you know, investing in yourself, and all those things are very important. I love those things. I love, you know, self-help and personal development, but there has to be a balance, you know, and taking time for yourself, taking time to be still and really do nothing is crucial. It's like, you know, it's like breathing. You know, you can't just breathe out and not breathe in. It's a flow of breathing in and breathing out, giving and taking. You can't just be on the go and not stop and take in. You know, and coming from me, that's something actually hard. I'm about giving. I'm about, you know, contributing, and it's hard for me to receive sometimes. but I've had to really learn to take time for myself. Not only for personal development, but to take time to be still. To take time to create space in between my thoughts. That can be hard to do for many people because, more and more, nowadays, more and more, we're overbooked. We're overworked, and we're overstressed with everything that's going on in life. It's like we have a certain amount of energy, and as time goes on, as the years go on, we continue to pack on, more tasks, more ventures, more relationships, more and more and more onto ourselves. And there's a point to where, we're going to break. And it's so important to create that space in our lives. And like I say, it can be hard for many of us because we're parents, we have a career, we have a life, but try to find that time. Try to find that. It might be on your drive to work. It might be turning off the radio for a certain time on your drive to work. It might be at the red light, at the stoplight. Those few moments to create space in between your thoughts. For me, I find that quiet time. I find that time to be still in the mornings. The mornings are like sacred to me. I have been up since 3 o'clock this morning. That is my daily routine. I can make another video on the importance I feel of a morning routine. But that's not what I want to talk about. And what I want to talk about is just that one thing that helps me create that space. And for me, it's the quiet time. I call it quiet time. I don't like to, over spiritualize it or the prayer and the meditation. And I just call it quiet time. And often we think prayer is us talking to God, but we don't realize that prayer many times is God talking to us. And the way he talks to us is through our heart and through our mind. And when we become quiet, when we create this space, when we become still, when we listen, and that's what I want to encourage you to do. That's something that I have been practicing in my life. And let me tell you, it is a practice. It is hard to stop the chatter in the mind. It is hard to get rid of the noise. And often we get distracted, and it's okay. But it is a practice that we have to develop in our lives. And, something you have to build into your routine. We can't expect it to happen overnight. You don't go to a doctor to, get help, for some problem or some health issue, and then come back a year later after he's already given you the remedy, the prescriptions, the new lifestyle, tweaks or dieting or whatever it is. We don't come back to him a year later and say, I still got this problem. He's going to ask you whether you've been, practicing what he recommended, whether you have been taking the medications that he prescribed. And when you come back and say, oh, no, I haven't been consistently doing that, he's going to tell you, well, what do you want me to do? I've given you the solution. And, that's what I'm trying to say. There's consistency that needs to be built into this for it to, begin to work in your life, for you to start to see the true benefits and the value of taking time to be still. So begin to work that into your life somehow, wherever it is. Like I say, it could be in the morning like me. It could be, on your way to work. It could be taking longer showers, or I'm going to say it, just longer toilet time. I don't know, at those stoplights or just wherever you find the time to just stop and be still. Stop and breathe. Around that time when I had the anxiety attack, I started to look at, ways to better myself. I really saw myself heading in the wrong direction. And I didn't want to take any medication. I walked out of there with the prescription to some I don't know what it was, some antidepressant or some, anxiety medication. And I thought to myself, I do not want to take this. I'm going to look for a natural remedy for this. And I ran into a lot of information, of course, online. Yep. The place we go for information. And it was breathing. It talks about the importance of breathing and how, that calms your mind, calms your heart rate, it reduces your stress level. And, I want to leave that with you, look into that or if anything, take 1 minute, put a timer on your phone for 1 minute to breathe. Take nice, deep breaths all the way into your tummy. A lot of the time we're just chest breathing, taking short, quick breaths. But stop for a minute and take longer, deep abdominal breathing. Slow, long, deep breaths for a minute. And just stop. And you're going to see that your body's going to feel more relaxed. Your stress levels are going to reduce. The chatter in your mind will begin to slow down. And you will begin to create space in between the chatter, in between the noise. And most of all, you're going to create a balance. Give and take. How can you continue to give to your family, to your kids, if you're not taking time to be still? How can you continue to give into your relationship or be at your peak performance in your career or whatever it is that you do if you're not taking the time to be still? So I leave that with you there. Remember, live on purpose. I love you. And until next time, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.